there are two ways to put together on the internet. And one of those ways is just putting yourself together and getting on live and doing the thing and being present. The other way is to do what I'm doing today and pre-recording and using a filter because I am down sick. So what happens in our business when real life happens and we have to actually go, okay, well, what does looking put together mean for me and my business? And how am I going to do that on a regular basis? So some of the things that I'm going to talk about today actually have to do with automation specifically. So one of the things that I am doing is I'm doing a 30-day live challenge where my challenge is to go live at least 4 times a week for the next 30 days. So over 4 weeks. So 4 lives, 4 weeks, we get the gist of it. But what happens when your kids come home sick, they get you sick, life happens, you get busy, and you know that you're not going to have time to do a live or be put together enough, or you just broke up with somebody and you've got that moment where you just want to cry and everything. Those are the moments that automation is going to come into play. So one of the ways that you can do that, and that we'll talk about today, is called Wave.video. And the beauty of this is I can actually take this video that I'm now doing on TikTok. I'm going to now take this through something called Snaptic to take off the TikTok branding. And then I'm going to upload this video into Wave.video so that I can go ahead and make it look live on all the other platforms. Why am I doing it that way today? One, because I promised myself that I was not going to wear makeup today, that I was going to take some time to take care of myself, get some work done, and not worry about what I looked like because my nose is running, I feel like crap. You can't tell because there's this nice little filter on my face that makes it look like I've put at least foundation on today. And the beauty of that is that now I can go get my work done, go to the doctor's later today, get some antibiotics, and move on with my life, and then show up live again tomorrow for you. The next thing that I want you to think about is, what does it look like planning-wise? So when we go live and it's scheduled, that means that we have to have a plan. So a lot of people just go live hoping that the next thing is going to be like, oh, this inspiration hit me, this cool thing happened, I'm going to put this on live. And sometimes that's great. However, if we live our content creation life like that, we are going to burn ourselves out because eventually there's not going to be inspiration for a period of time. You're not going to have that big news story. You're going to be in the middle of a launch and go, I don't know anything. Like, one of the things that I talk to myself as well as my clients about is when you get in front of a camera and you're like, do I actually even know anything? Why am I here? Do people actually even listen to me? And that's something that you have to consider in all of this, of what do people expect from you? What do they need to hear from you in order to take the actions that you want them to take? So if you know that you're planning on launching a course, great, let's be talking about that course. Or if you know you're doing one-on-one coaching, let's talk about that coaching in these lives so that when somebody says, oh my goodness, that was really great information about how to do automation, what's my next step with you? And those are important pieces because if we don't have a call to action, people don't know how to engage with us. It's kind of like if you go to a party and somebody keeps glancing at you from across the room and you're like, oh, I'd like to get to talk to them. I'd like to get to talk to them, but then you look up and they're gone, and then you see them again and they're looking at you from across the room, and you're like, I don't know what your expectations are. I don't know how I'm supposed to be engaging with you. So you just don't engage because you're hoping that they're going to engage back. But if somebody comes up to you and says, hey, I really like your shirt or your dress or your shoes, and they start to have a conversation with you, that changes the whole entire thing. So it's coming into contact with somebody and then being able to say, hey, here's what this looks like for me today, and here's how you can engage with me moving forward. So same situation at this party, if somebody has a conversation with you, like you watching this live, and then they go, okay, cool, peace, so nice to meet you, but you don't get a phone number or an Instagram or Snapchat or anything like that, there's no way for you to connect again. And you're just hoping that the universe is going to put you in front of each other again. And that's what so many entrepreneurs do, is they just cross their fingers and hope that, well, they saw it one time, they're going to see my content the next time, and then they're going to be able to engage with me some more. And we cannot sit here and depend on the algorithm and the universe and all of these different things outside of us to pull our people in, which means that we have to have a capture of some point. Whether that's, hey, go ahead and follow me, or hey, I need you to sign up for this email, or hey, I've got this cool freebie that I'd love to give you if you're interested in blah, 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 blah. Or here's a quiz that would be great for you to take to discover X, Y, and Z. These are all different ways that we can ask people to engage with us in order for them to hang out longer and actually get to know us and say, hey, yes, I'd love to work with you. Now, obviously, everybody's been burned in some way when it comes to working with people, so we have to create that know, like, and trust over a period of time. So they might watch your content here and there. They might sign up for something and read your emails for months at a time before they ever start working with you or engage with you on a call. But it's just like a dating relationship. We want to do this over the long term and be very upfront and honest with people. Like, hey, if you get on a strategy call with me, there's no me pretending like that's not supposed to lead to some kind of sale. My goal on a strategy call is either to help you with your next step and or get you on as a client so that I can help you even further with those steps. And if I'm not the right person, I will be the first person to tell you that you need to go to X, Y, and Z, or this person, or I have this friend. I've created a network of people in order to give the people that I have contact with the best chance at whatever is next for them. And one of the things that I do quite often is actually tell people that they're not ready to work with me, because I don't want them to waste their money or their time, because it doesn't look good on me and it doesn't work for them. And then that comes back to reflect poorly on me and my business as well. So thinking about those things. But when it comes to automation, if that's something that you're interested in implementing in your business, or you're struggling with any of those thoughts or feelings that I talked about of like, what do I know? How do I get in front of people? I would love to have you send me a DM and I will give you some options for either, if you're looking for creating automation in your business, a VIP day with me where I can actually build that out for you. Or if you're wanting to work on really how you feel about how you're showing up and how you're creating a brand that people really want more of, then we could talk about one-on-one coaching and what it would look like to work with me on a monthly